Hi folks, welcome back to the Domestead. So I wanted to show you what's going on with the snow coming off of the roof of the dome. It's just a different kind of problem than a lot of other people have. There's no big overhang, there's no off of an eave per se, and so then the snow just slides down off and piles up next to the house. It's something that I'm going to try to figure out how to deal with in the future. I don't know if I have to be a little more diligent with pushing the snow away. It's not causing any damage as far as I can tell. I mean, it's just frozen right now. The ground all slopes away for the most part from the house, so I'm not worried about much flooding issues around the slab. That's not a big deal. The slab is also elevated off the ground a little bit, and it's all sealed. We have Grace Ice and Water Shield all on the bottom. It's really nicely sealed, so I don't have any issues there. The only thing I would worry about would be maybe the siding there over time getting a little water damaged. We'll see how that goes. This siding may not be permanent anyways. So you can see that when it comes down, it just fills these areas. Now that's the dryer vent right there, so that's why that area is a little hollowed out. It's the same on the other side. On the other side of this second pile in, there is the exhaust vent for the heat recovery ventilator system. So it tends to be a little hollowed out over there as well. I'll walk you around and show you some other areas. So as you can see, it's the same on the garage dome. Let me back up here. And, you know, I mean, snow is up there, but on these steeper parts, it doesn't stick very well, and it just falls right off. And if we have any amount of snow on the roof and you get it warm, it's a pretty loud thump when it comes down. Now you can see here, I have been trying to keep it away. I come back here a few times this winter with my tractor, and I try to clean this away. We try to keep this area somewhat clean from the snow drifts. You can see how much snow is piled up there. There's more than a foot of snow on the extension roof right there. It's probably 18 to 24 inches up there, I would think. So it's a good amount of snow that's on there. And it builds up, and then it falls off. We have the same problem with our chicken coop. We have the little hoop coop greenhouse right there for the chickens to live in the winter, and it just we knock it off and it just piles up to the side. I do attempt to come through and clean out this side every now and then, but the other side I can't get to. I don't have access to it. Let me just show you around here. And then over there. So now the part of the house with the extensions that have the overhang, it's not as bad because it doesn't get close to the house. On that part, that's the bedroom extension, has a 3-foot overhang. So it doesn't really pile up right there. But you know, it is what it is. So it's the same thing again as well with the big shop roof. This is the south face that we're looking at right here, the south edge, I should say. So there's a fair amount of snow piled up there. Now, the soil is, that's probably only about 4 or 5 foot deep of snow, because the dirt's piled up there on that side of the building pretty high. It's not all the way down to the foundation. This side is, because we've got the asymmetrical roof, and this is the longer side, and it falls off to the north. This side's wicked. So this side, the ground is all the way down to the bottom of the concrete wall. And this is all the way down there. I'd say it's probably at least 5.5, 6 feet deep in snow. Now some of the snow in here is what I've pushed in with my tractor. But all of this right here, right in here, this is all what fell off of the roof. So this is a big concern for us. We're going to have to adapt to this. I guess we never saw as much snow here in the past few years when we were building that we had this year, and so that meant that we never imagined there would be this much snow here. We plan on putting the chickens in the garden in this area. This is a lot of snow to deal with in the winter, so we're going to have to adapt and figure this out. I have a feeling that the garden and the chicken area is going to move this way a little bit, just this way, just a little bit, and then we'll just let that snow pile up. But then we'll have, in the summertime, it'll be a little lane maybe. We haven't figured it out, but we're talking. I unburied my trailer. I need to work on that soon, get the lights functioning, and but it needs to be rebuilt. It's all the wood parts, at least. I mean, the trailer itself's fine. It's a not Harbor Freight, Tractor Supply trailer. I cut the gate off of it. I hated the gate, so we'll get this going again. Because now that I don't have a pickup, I have to have some way to haul stuff. The other great thing about coming out here is coming out with a puppy and just watching him play. He loves to just find things, pounce, and carry them off, and then find a new thing, and pounce, and carry it off. It's awesome. So over here is one of my little parking areas, and this is where I pile a lot of snow. My little tractor does a pretty fair job of pushing and piling snow. I don't touch that area. That's the leach field. Here's another mini parking area right over there between these two trees on the other side of that pile. That's the septic tank. So we don't go further than that. I actually have in that pile, there's a bunch of rocks to keep people, anyone, from driving onto it and hitting it. But you can see, I mean, it's a fair amount of snow, and we have had some melt back, but we've had more snow, and we have more snow coming today and tomorrow. The driveway is underneath the snow. It's ice, so it's maybe you can see it here. This was from when Deb came home last night. It had been over 40 degrees all day yesterday. It's freezing today, and the ruts just froze. So that's what we're dealing with. This is still why we live here. So that's just a really quick update about the state of things outside here at the Adirondack Domestead. We're anxiously awaiting spring. It's this weird time of year when you get some snow, you get some cold, and then you get some thaw, and things are going to, within a few weeks, progress into mud season. Our driveway is still going to be a bit of an issue. We're hoping to attack that this year. The work that we did last fall hopefully has improved it. The area that was the worst was where we put all of that new driveway fill in with the fabric underneath it. I still have more fabric. I bought a huge roll of that. I intend to get more of that fill and fix this entire driveway, and then dig some ditches to start moving the water. We have to figure out where to push the water to, encourage it. Where we're talking about, there's it gets low right over there at that area where it's worst, and there is a culvert in the ground from a million years ago, but that needs to be dug out, cleaned out, repositioned, and then where the water goes to from the other side of that culvert has got to be dealt with. We don't have a good area for it, so I'm going to move the water away somehow, but that's what modern equipment's for. Peace. Always remember, life is good in the Adirondacks.